Welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into the times Peter faced some serious health issues, packed with plenty of hilarious moments that you're sure to enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support me. In Season 6, Episode 8, Peter suffers a stroke that paralyzes the left side of his body. In this episode, Peter saves the owner of the fast food restaurant McBurgertown, but unfortunately loses his beloved mustache in the process, leaving him very sad.
No!
God bless you, sir. You saved my life.
But at what cost? At what cost?
To show his gratitude, the owner gives Peter a lifetime supply of free burgers. Peter joyfully accepts, claiming this reward is far better than anything Helen Hunt could offer.
You want to have sex?
No! No, 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 no.
To soothe the pain of losing his mustache, Peter devours 30 burgers on the first day, stopping only when he loses feeling in the left side of his body.
Come to think of it, I can't really feel anything on the left half of my body.
Really? That doesn't sound good. Peter, are you winking at me? Oh my God!
At the hospital, Dr. Hartman diagnoses him with a stroke, resulting in complete paralysis of his left side.
Peter, sweetheart, how do you feel?
Had better days, Lois. Had better days.
After 3 months of caring for Peter, the entire Griffin family is exhausted and eager for his recovery, while Peter continues his bad habits.
What the hell you think you're doing?
I'm handing you a beer.
You are handing it to my stroke arm. This is my good arm. Bring the beer over here. That's better.
Despite being paralyzed, Peter attempts to drive, blasting "It's the End of the World as We Know It" and dancing to the music as if he were perfectly fine. However, he loses control of the car, crashes into a tree, and gets mocked for it.
Stroke! Stroke! Stroke!
Stop mocking me!
Frustrated with his condition, Peter goes to McBurgertown to rant, vowing revenge for what the restaurant did to him and Wimpy.
For what you did to me and what you did to Wimpy!
I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
He wishes for a way to cure his paralysis and boom! Guess what? He finds a cure in just 5 minutes. You heard that right, only 5 minutes, and Peter is fully recovered.
How long was I in there?
About 5 minutes.
Why are we not funding this?
Back home, Peter plans to sue McBurgertown, believing they caused his stroke. Ridiculous, right? But that's Peter for you. Despite Lois's warnings that they are wealthy and he can't win, Peter is determined, armed with the help of a sly cat lawyer.
I'll find a way. With the help of my snarky cat lawyer, Meowsy McDermott.
You've got to be kidding me.
Ha!
In court, even before the trial begins, the judge rules in favor of McBurgertown, as they have 100 lawyers defending them, while Peter tries to bribe the judge with a magazine he already owned.
They have 100 lawyers, and you tried to bribe me with a subscription to Grape Soda Today, which I already have. Case dismissed.
But the story doesn't end there. Peter insists that these people are villains and continues to pursue the case, claiming he's faced tougher challenges before, like the time he came up with ideas for Robin Williams.
Okay, religion.
Huh? Religion. You kill me, I kill you, we both go to heaven. 72 virgins. Huh? You might have to help me out with the last 10 or so because Mr. Happy gets tired. Religion.
Peter and Brian disguise themselves as Asian investors and visit McBurgertown's headquarters, demanding a tour.
You don't look Asian.
Well, I guess we'll just take our millions of dongs elsewhere.
Wait! Let me get our general manager.
When Brian asks Peter what he's planning, Peter reveals he's looking for evidence to bring down the company. The manager shows them around and introduces a new marketing mascot named Meaty, an easily angered clown.
Hey kids, who likes McBurgertown burgers?
I do!
There was more to my question!
We're still ironing that one out.
Finally, Peter's chance arrives. They discover a secret room, which turns out to be McBurgertown's slaughterhouse. Inside, a cow starts talking to them.
But in here we call it Dachau.
Dachau?
Dachau. Except we spell the cow part C-O-W, like cow. So it's kind of Sort of a dark joke.
Sharing that many of his kind, including his wife, have been slaughtered there. With a sympathetic heart, Brian believes this is the evidence they need. They just need to get the cow out to testify. Peter agrees with Brian's plan, and chaos ensues as they are chased by the building security. In the end, they escape, leading to significant damage to the McBurgertown chain after the cow rallies the entire town to boycott burgers and switch to salads.
Say no to a fast food restaurant and eat a salad instead. To say, I will eat this salad with pride. I don't care if I look like a gay person.
In Season 4, Episode 3, Peter goes blind from consuming too much nickel. Feeling down because all his friends have accomplished impressive feats, like Quagmire being honored by the mayor for saving lives, Joe receiving a medal for catching a thief, and even Cleveland once being a renowned auctioneer.
I have 125. Do I hear 130? 130,000 for this authentic Comanche headdress. I got 130. I got 130. Do I hear 135? 140? Do I hear 140?
Peter fears that if he dies tomorrow, no one will remember him. Cleveland jokes that if Peter jumps off a skyscraper and lands on Joan Cusack, people will say, hey, remember that guy who landed on Joan Cusack? But Peter wants to be remembered for something more significant. He climbs onto the roof of the Drunken Clam and shouts that he will do something unforgettable, only to fall and crush Joan Cusack, setting off a series of comedic mishaps.
Whoa! Oh, God, sorry. Hey, Joan Cusack. Hello? Uh-oh.
Determined to be remembered, Peter invents a new type of airplane and has Stewie pilot it. Despite Stewie's bad feeling, he follows Peter's instructions and, predictably, fails miserably.
All right, Stewie, let her rip.
All right, we attack the Rice Krispie guys at dawn, assuming Judd Hirsch delivers the goods.
Next, Peter dresses up as Gray the No-Trash Cougar, a character he believes is adorable, to scare kids into properly disposing of their trash.
Pick up your trash! I want to know whose cup this is! I said I want to know whose cup this is! Pick it up! Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up! Thank you, sweetie.
After a week of trying, Peter is disheartened and laments that he will never be remembered like his great uncle, the Siamese twins who fought each other in the Civil War.
I'm seceding, like hell you were.
Not too smart, huh?
Yeah, did not think that one through.
Finally, Peter comes up with a unique idea to eat more nickel than anyone ever has, hoping to become famous like the world's fattest twin.
Did I tell you that I'm doing Atkins?
Oh, that's not good for you.
After consuming a massive amount of nickel coins, he tries to make sounds with them, but Meg hears nothing. Brian says it doesn't sound like Camptown races, and Stewie calls it the worst use of currency since Peter bought that bicycle.
Hey ladies, check out this ride, huh? Yeah, I'm off to make trouble for the establishment.
The next morning, Peter wakes up blind. At the hospital, the doctor diagnoses him with nickel poisoning, leading to his loss of vision. Back home, Lois rallies everyone to help Peter because he is now blind. Meg feels it's unfair that no one cared when she lost her limbs and was nearly blind and mute.
Hey, Meg, they got a Happy Days spoof in here, but they call it Crappy Days. All right, you know what? If you're not gonna laugh, then I'm not gonna keep you company.
Peter, feeling down, complains that now people will only remember him as a blind man. Brian encourages him not to give up, saying many blind people live rich and fulfilling lives. Peter immediately tried to move, but was pranked by Stewie and fell flat on his face. Life becomes more challenging for Peter. He mistakenly enters Chris's bedroom, thinking Chris is Lois, and later, he walks into Stewie's room.
My hands on your big soft boobs, running down your big man-like... Holy crap, it's Chris! You still awake, honey?
What the deuce?
Unable to do anything on his own, Peter buys a guide dog named Brutus. Feeling increasingly insecure, Peter believes this mistake is worse than when he lived with Superman. At the Drunken Clam, God flirts with women using lightning bolts, causing a fire.
Oh, let me light that for you, babe.
Wow.
Yeah, magic fingers.
Jesus Christ! What? Get the Escalade, we're out of here.
Everyone scrambles to escape, but when Peter arrives, the bar is engulfed in flames, and his dog refuses to enter. He ties the dog to what he thinks is a parking meter, but it's actually a homeless man's neck.
All right, you don't want to come in? Fine, I'll just tie you to this parking meter.
Inside, Peter asks Horace for a Pawtucket Patriot, oblivious to the heat and the fact that Horace is trapped under a beam. After listening to Peter's ramblings, Horace tells him to grab his hand and pull him out.
Come on, let's go!
Outside, firefighters are at work, and reporter Tom Tucker is ready to interview our hero, Peter Griffin.
Tell us, sir, how did you summon the courage to save your friend from that burning building?
That freaking place was on fire?
And there you have it. Coming up next, watch me shave.
Lois and Brian feel proud of Peter for saving Horace, even if it was accidental. This act helps people remember Peter as a local hero. Moreover, he receives new eyes and a medal for his good deed. In Season 9, Episode 8, Peter suffers from severe kidney failure. The story begins with Peter feeling exhausted due to sleepless nights caused by Brian's disturbances.
Hello? Hello? Are you a dog?
Yes!
I am also a dog.
All right!
Yeah!
We're dogs!
Yeah, we're dogs.
We're dogs that live near each other!
His close friends introduce him to Red Bull, a drink he had never tried before. The result? Peter feels instantly revitalized after trying it. However, after consuming too much Red Bull, Peter returns home bursting with energy. He punches through the door to get inside, damages the curtains, and flips the sofa where poor Meg is sitting.
Hey, what's up, party people? Ah, what the hell are these things? Curtains or something? Boring! Holy smoke, it's crowded in here.
Hey!
Yeah, oh, that's terrific. That opens up the whole room.
When Lois asks where he's been, Peter replies that after downing a few cans of Red Bull, he drove to New York and back. Whoa, the power of Red Bull is incredible, isn't it? Peter then turns his attention to little Stewie, playing with him at max speed.
Hey, here's my little man.
Witnessing Peter's super fast cereal eating, Chris also gets excited about Red Bull and asks Peter for a few cans. After breakfast, Peter goes to milk the cow, drinks another can of Red Bull, and speeds up the milking process to the point where the cow's udder catches fire and it runs away. At that moment, Chris appears with his lower half on fire.
Whoa, boy, that Red Bull's some strong stuff.
You know why that part is burning, right? I'm sure you're thinking the same as I am. Peter joins The Price is Right and becomes the top contestant. After drinking a can of Red Bull, Peter spins the wheel and greets everyone at home. His spinning force is like a superhero's, causing the wheel's gears to break and fly off, resulting in a catastrophic accident that injures the audience.
Whoa, paramedics, come on down.
At home, Lois decides to throw away all of Peter's Red Bull because it makes him crazy and isn't good for him. Another piece of evidence for this is when she pours Red Bull on a flower, causing it to grow large and be able to walk.
Official flower business.
Peter is furious about this and decides to create his own Red Bull using kerosene as the main ingredient. Crazy, right? Ignoring Brian's warning that this drink could kill him, Peter believes that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger and starts drinking the mixture.
See, Brian? I feel great.
Peter? Peter, are you alive? Oh, you're alive. Okay, I won't eat you then. I was gonna eat you.
At the hospital, Dr. Hartman concludes that after drinking a concoction of various toxic chemicals, Peter has suffered kidney failure, leaving the family in shock. Dr. Hartman puts Peter on the kidney transplant list, but he has to wait for a suitable donor. In the meantime, Peter must undergo dialysis 3 times a week.
Dialysis? Is there any other way?
Yes, there is.
No. We'll do the dialysis.
After 3 weeks of dialysis, Peter feels disheartened, not knowing how long he can endure this. To cheer him up, Dr. Hartman lets him play with a postnatal bucket.
Ha! The lock horns. Always locking horns. Oh my God, that's why they call it that.
While drinking beer with his friends, the TV announces Peter's favorite show, Charles in Charge, but he can't watch it due to his 3 p.m. dialysis session. Joe and Quagmire suggest skipping one dialysis session wouldn't hurt. Following their advice, Peter decides to stay and watch the entire show. And guess what? Missing his dialysis session causes his condition to worsen, turning his skin yellow.
Oh my God! Peter, you don't look so good.
What are you talking about? I feel great. Like I could go another 20 years or more.
At the hospital, Lois is very worried because if Peter misses another dialysis session, he could be in grave danger. But Dr. Hartman can't do much as many others are also waiting for kidney donations, unless the Griffin family finds a compatible donor for him. Lois is willing to donate her kidney to Peter. Whoa, what a wonderful wife, but unfortunately she isn't compatible with her husband.
Well, we always check spouse records for compatibility. I'm afraid you're not a match. But it turns out you are a match for a little girl who's dying in that next room over there.
Ah, well, how about we concentrate on this family, Doctor?
Just when things seem hopeless, Brian says he's willing to donate his kidney. After testing, Dr. Hartman announces that they are compatible. What? No way. I mean, Brian is a dog. How can he be compatible with a human? Stay tuned to find out. The family is overjoyed to learn that Brian's kidney is compatible with Peter's. But Dr. Hartman reveals a problem. Brian's kidney is too small to replace a human kidney, so they would need to use both of Brian's kidneys, which means Brian would die. Despite this, Brian agrees to go through with it, saying that Peter is his best friend, the one who gave him a home when he was in trouble, and he wants to repay Peter by helping him live another 40 years.
After all, I'm a dog. I have another 8 years at best. I'm willing to give that up so you can have another 40.
The day before the surgery, Brian says his goodbyes, sharing heartfelt words with everyone. Stewie, who witnesses all of this, doesn't want to lose him and kidnaps Brian that night.
Where am I?
We're at the playground, Brian. I kidnapped you. You and I are going to spend the rest of our lives living right here under the slide.
Stewie is too attached to Brian and doesn't want him to die for his fat dad. Brian advises Stewie that he can live without a dog, but not without a father. Reacting like a child about to lose his pet, Stewie starts crying helplessly.
No, just wipe. Oh God, there's no Kleenex. Go roll around in the sandbox in the summer house. Go to the summer house and roll around.
As the two prepare for surgery, Dr. Hartman announces that a donor has been found for Peter. It's him. Dr. Hartman also reveals that using a dog's kidney to replace a human's is impossible.
I mean, dog kidneys? I'm not even sure dogs have kidneys. What? Do dogs have kidneys?
Yes.
This is the guy.
And he had to do this because the Griffin family is his only patient. The episode ends on a happy note with both Peter and Brian safe and sound. Peter loses all his bones in Season 3, Episode 21. The Griffin family gathers to watch the newlywed game. Peter pops open a beer bottle and out comes a genie. Peter is stunned, and honestly, so am I. A genie from a beer bottle? Unbelievable. The kids excitedly wish for new hats, but alas, the 3 wishes belong to Peter. His first wish, to see what Kelly Ripa looks like off camera.
Hey Kelly, Gelman needs us on stage for a couple of reshoots.
Be right there, Reg. I just have to put on my face.
His second wish, to have his own theme music, which he enjoys everywhere he goes. On the bus, his theme music annoys a big guy who demands Peter turn it off. Peter, clueless on how to stop it, gets threatened with a bone crushing. Desperate, Peter uses his third wish, I wish I had no bones. Instantly, everyone flees in terror.
I wish I had no bones!
Done.
That ought to show you. Oh no, I got a fart, but I don't know which way to lean.
Back home, Lois worries about Peter's mobility, but the kids love his new look. Chris plays with Peter's flab like it's slime, and Stewie marks his territory on Peter's body.
Look, I'm making an angel.
See, Lois, everything's gonna be fine.
Now smile while I write my name in you.
At the amusement park, hilarity ensues when Peter gets sucked into an elevator but is unharmed due to his boneless state. Later, while playing with Chris and Meg, he gets flung into a nearby bathroom. Peter, now a dirty mess, needs 12 baths a day, much to Meg and Chris's annoyance. Lois encourages them to accept it, comparing their situation to a Dateline episode where families pretend to be happy while secretly feeling dead inside.
I might have screwed up my life, but there's no reason I gotta keep screwing up theirs. Goodbye, cruel, bone-filled world.
Hearing Lois's words, Peter feels like a boneless failure and decides to leave through the sewer to avoid ruining his family's life. After flowing through countless pipes, Peter ends up in Hollywood, where he becomes useful as a mattress.
Cut and print. That's a wrap. Great job, Peter.
He excels in his new role and gets invited to a party by a director at 8 p.m. where he catches the eye of Catherine Zeta-Jones Douglas, who has a thing for oddballs.
I'm married to Catherine Zeta-Jones. Will you sleep with me?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to pass. But Louis Anderson's eating the decorative soaps in the bathroom. Why don't you try him?
At the party, Peter meets a doctor who wants to try bone grafting on a jellyfish, but decides to experiment on Peter instead. And guess what? Peter agrees. After the surgery, Peter becomes a new kind of oddball, leveling up in weirdness. At least he can stand now, right? The twist, the bones grafted into him are from his own family.
Surprise! My God, you mean it's your bones that are inside me?
Well, mostly. We picked up a drifter to fill in the torso.
Well, like I always say, a family of freaks is better than no family at all.
This episode shows us the unbreakable bond and endless love of family, proving we can do the unimaginable to help our loved ones. Peter loses his arms in Season 19, Episode 6. The Drunken Clam has upped its game with new services like karaoke and beer pong, making it the go-to spot for nightly fun. This influx of people has the guys feeling a bit miffed about losing their private hangout, but when they discover its magic night, their spirits lift. Peter gets invited by a magician to participate in a trick.
I couldn't possibly. Can you do something else?
Very well. Let's just say goodbye to these cards.
Ah! Put it out!
I have been the great Sebastian, and I bid you good day.
The magician then leaves to grab a sandwich, forgetting his vest. Peter, finding comfort in the vest, decides to wear it. When Quagmire and Joe compliment how great it looks on him, Peter decides to keep it on for a while. After all, it's been ages since he turned heads with his catwalk skills and smooth curves.
I'm all the boys.
With the vest on, Peter feels like a washed-up actor teaching drama in a city that's not New York or LA.
All right, Shreveport Community Center, listen close, for I shall teach you the acting craft.
Hey, didn't my husband chase you away from our recycling bin?
Use that!
Next, he imagines himself as a pianist performing in the Wild West, stubbornly playing a tune the cowboys hate because it kills their trash-talking vibe.
Whoa! Where am I?
You're a Westworld robot. You live in a computer-generated simulation.
Yeah, I already don't care.
He takes Chris to a Cherry Poppin' Daddies concert, dancing with lonely white guys. Chain those pants and let's dance. While having fun, disaster strikes. Peter's arms get tangled in other people's chains. He tries to signal them to stop, but they're too engrossed in the performance. He starts losing feeling in his arms, and boom, Peter loses his arm.
Hi, I'm the lead singer of the Cherry Poppin' Daddies. My name doesn't matter. Please, don't wear wallet chains to our shows, otherwise you could end up with both arms ripped off like this guy.
Tell them we're the band from Swingers.
We're not the band from Swingers.
We're not?
At the hospital, Dr. Hartman tries his best but can't reattach them. Don't worry, Peter, they'll grow back. He reassures.
Oh my God!
Don't worry, they'll grow back. Just spread the seeds on, keep them watered, and watch them grow.
Peter!
When the bandages come off, Peter's arms are indeed growing back. It's bizarre, but hey, it's a cartoon. Anything can happen. As the family watches TV, Meg surprises everyone by bringing her boyfriend home. Peter immediately asks Lois for a private chat in Joe's kitchen. Why Joe's kitchen? Because Joe has better snacks. Lois wants to discuss Meg's boyfriend, but Peter is only interested in Joe's Cheez-Its, which Bonnie has hidden.
I was eating a bunch of them and I jokingly said, "Bonnie, hide these." And she did. She hides my food so I don't get bored like a zoo polar bear. Good luck, they could be anywhere.
Lois disapproves of Meg's choice because everyone knows the guy is gay. Peter soothes her with his tiny hand, saying the important thing is Meg's happiness.
Is it really such a bad thing, Lois? I mean, they're having fun with each other. Speaking of having fun, what do you say you and I do a little of the old, huh?
Peter goes swimming with his tiny hands, but the pool staff stops him. You know Peter loves a challenge, so he jumps in anyway. Unable to swim, he yells for help, fearing an old man might crash into him.
I can only flap about like a motorized tub toy. Please help me, and hurry. I'm about to get hit by the old retired guy doing laps. Quick, he can't hear me because there's an investment commercial playing in his head.
Lois advises Meg to reconsider her choice, leading to an argument. In the heat of the moment, Peter asks where the first aid kit is because he burned his head. Lois doesn't know since Peter took it to work to look successful.
Hold the elevator, hold the elevator. Sorry. Can someone push any button, please? I don't work here, I'm just being silly.
The episode continues with Meg's wedding plans, but I'll stop here. Don't miss the hilarious scenes with Peter's tiny hands.
Come on, big money!
Still 300.
How about tea again?
Peter's health takes a downturn in Season 12, Episode 15. Angela arrives to assign tasks to Peter and Stella, but just as she does, Stella steps out, leaving Peter fuming, thinking she's shirking her duties. Angela reassures him that Stella is just taking a smoke break. This marks the beginning of Peter's health decline as he picks up Stella's smoking habit. First, he has to convince his boss that he's a seasoned smoker.
All right, Griffin, you're clearly a smoker. Enjoy your break.
Peter felt great using this as an excuse to avoid responsibilities and live on the edge, much like his great-grandfather, the King of Denmark, who enjoyed having many wives and very long tables, which ultimately led to a heart attack that doctors couldn't treat in time.
Come here, hurry, run!
But the very far-away doctor couldn't make it in time, and that's why here in Denmark, we have very small tables.
Peter's smoking habit becomes pervasive, even while listening to Meg's school stories or changing Stewie's diaper.
Oh, smoke break.
Well, this is how Scott Kahn was raised, and he turned out okay.
The funniest scene is when he sneaks a smoke break during intimate moments with Lois, which infuriates her.
You know, Peter, it's so nice that after all these years we've been together, we can still...
Smoke break!
What? Peter, what are you doing down there?
Nothing.
Well, it doesn't seem like nothing. Peter!
She urges him to quit before it's too late, but Peter dismissed her worries, believing that smoking a few cigarettes an hour wouldn't lead to addiction. But Peter, you're already addicted. Lois was worried about him, and to soothe her, he assured her that he could quit smoking anytime by flicking his cigarette out the window.
I'm so sorry I threw you out the window. Oh.
Hey, man, can you keep it down?
Sorry. Wait, whose bedroom are you in?
Meg's.
Okay, that's fine then.
Peter becomes unusually diligent, waking up early to sneak out for a smoke. He even uses fetching the newspaper as an excuse to light up. When he tries to step out again, Lois stops him, making him sit still, which leaves Peter restless and irritable.
Oh, Peter, I meant to tell you, remember my cousin Sylvia's husband, Robert? Well,
does this story have an end?
At the Clam, Quagmire asks when Peter started smoking. Peter admits he initially used it to escape work, but found smoking enjoyable and beneficial, like ending awkward conversations with a flick of the ashtray.
Your marriage is over.
Well, now that you say it with the cigarette.
The next morning, Peter wakes up looking haggard, scaring Lois into urging him to see a doctor. He refuses, so Lois tricks him into going.
There are Cheez-Its in there.
Cheez-Its? Huh? Wait, what's going on? I'm scared! I'm scared! Oh, it's nighttime. Good night.
Dr. Hartman is at a loss, as Peter's addiction has no cure. It's all up to Peter. Lois decides to send him to a rehab center. Seeing others in worse health at the center, Peter regrets his choices and wonders how to quit, wishing the cigarettes would quit him instead.
Peter, I think we should see other people.
Okay. Good. That's what I was gonna say too.
At the center, a man approaches Peter, inviting him to join their anti-smoking campaign, but with the odd condition that he must continue smoking to maintain his wrinkled appearance.
There is one catch. If you're gonna be our spokesman, you have to keep smoking. We need you to stay wrinkled and sickly.
Peter, excited by the prospect of being on TV, agrees. He becomes a celebrity, watching his TV moments with friends.
Hi, Peter Griffin, sickly smoker.
This is your heart. This is your heart on cigarettes. Any questions?
Yeah, where'd you get that heart?
Back home, Lois is annoyed by Peter's continued smoking and urges him to quit as his appearance deteriorates. Peter argues that looks don't matter since they don't need to see each other while sleeping.
Okay, now put on yours. Wow, isn't it weird that we both picked Mario Lopez?
Yes, Peter, it's very weird.
Yeah, it shows that we both go Latino, but soft Latino.
Peter's management company ends their contract with him. He begs to stay, but fails to meet the assistant's challenge.
Touch your toes.
Please give me something else.
I'm sorry, Peter. It's over.
He cries like a child over losing his favorite job, but Larry is there to comfort him.
Why are your eyes crying, Peter?
They fired me, Larry!
Come on, let's go kidnap my neighbor's dog and tell them we don't have it.
Returning home, Peter announces he's quit smoking, but the damage to his appearance, heart, and lungs remains, making him uncomfortable. The episode highlights the severe health risks of smoking and urges everyone to quit as soon as possible.